So just a brief introduction on what we are. So we're a nonprofit organization. We are partnered with industry, government, so provincial and federal government, different labor organizations, and with education. And what we do is we try and offer opportunities for students to explore skilled trades and technologies. Our big thing is that we never want to be boring. We want to be exciting, and we want to get kids the information that they're looking for when they're deciding about their future careers. Our signature event is the Nova Scotia Skills Competition, which unfortunately we did have to cancel this past year. But as we'll talk about later, we're looking to still keep that going in 2021. And we're affiliated nationally with Skills Canada and internationally with World Skills International. So that means that students that compete provincially have the opportunity to go on to a national competition and even an international competition. So the programs that we offer are listed here. We have our in-school presentation. That's where our kind of the face of skills, Chris Gallant, gets to go into classrooms or even gymnasiums and auditoriums and give a 1-hour presentation that is a general look at skilled trades and technologies. This presentation is always very engaging and fun and hopefully gives at least a brief introduction on what skilled trades and technologies are all about and how to get involved. We also have our Essential Skills Challenge. So this is information and activities on the 9 essential skills. Once again, we have someone go into the classroom typically and deliver a brief introduction on what the 9 essential skills are, and then go into a variety of activities that has the students use their 9 essential skills. And after each activity, we reflect on those skills, what was used, and how you would use them in a future career. Our Skills Futures program, it's typically a day-long program where we invite students into something like an NSCC campus, or even last year we went to the Coast Guard College in Cape Breton. And it allows students to get to try on hands-on activities to explore different career opportunities. Our Disability Services program, so I'm actually the Disability Services Manager at Skills Canada Nova Scotia, and what I do is make sure that all of our programming is inclusive of students with disabilities, and I also do certain programming that is specific to students with disabilities, including workshops. Last year I did a makerspace workshop, which went off really well, and I also do the Essential Skills Challenge with these students. Then we have our Nova Scotia Skills Competition, which I talked about previously. Students can compete in several different contest areas. I listed here TV, video production, carpentry, and baking, but there's also many more. So of course, all of these programs that we offer are in person to try and give students a hands-on look at what careers and skilled trades and technologies could look like. But next year, we won't have these hands-on opportunities. So what we're trying to do is give students a similar experience virtually. So I'm just going to take a drink of water here. So as I said before, we're kind of known as being a fun organization, and we're known for our interactive activities. We try and make sure that what we're doing gets students really engaged so that they want to pursue these opportunities that we're talking about in skilled trades and technologies. We have access to a huge alumni network. So people who compete in our skills competition, if they win gold, they get to move on to the national competition, and they form part of Team Nova Scotia. We've had over 20 Team Nova Scotias now, which means we have a huge pool of alumni that come back and make sure that we're up to date on the information that we're getting out there. They volunteer for us, and they look for mentorship opportunities. So oftentimes our alumni go on to mentor students who are competing provincially the next year. And with everything that's happening with COVID, we're really trying to take advantage of the virtual side of our programming and develop things that we can use next year, but also that can be used for years and years to come. This spring, we already started with some of our virtual programming. We put out fun little videos once a week for 9 weeks called Essential Skills Challenges that could be done at home, because at that time, that was when we didn't even have our family bubbles. So things that students could do with their parents or with their siblings that put their essential skills to work. So we did 9 essential skills videos. I'll show one of them soon. We also did alumni features where we spoke to different alumni in our network, where they talked about their experience with skills and where that has gotten them to. And we did skills chats with small cats. So this is Chris. There he is. Chris had a weekly chat with his cat, small cat, where he went in depth about a skill trait or technology. So he talked about things. One week he did graphic design. One week he did animation, heavy duty equipment repair. And it's just kind of a short, fun video that introduces these skilled trades and technologies to young people. So as I mentioned, we'll be going virtual this fall. We are launching a new website in September, hopefully. Things seem to be going as planned at this point. And we are going to have something called, a section called Spark Your Skills Journey, which is full of resources for teachers so that they can easily navigate through the programming that we're offering online. So it will include virtual versions of most of our regular programming. The first one that we're launching is going to be our in-class presentation. So Chris has set up a studio in our office in Burnside, and he has filmed a 10-part series. So it covers the same information that he covers normally when he goes into the classroom, but instead of making it a full 1-hour presentation, he decided to put it into 10 parts so that if you're watching it with your students, you can either watch it all through, watch the whole hour through, or you can watch a couple at a time, one at a time, and discuss. So he does answer the question, what are skilled trades and technologies? He helps students learn about career paths. And of course, Chris is not going to be boring at all. So here's a little video of him introducing what he'll be doing.
Hey, what's up? Some of you guys might already know me. If that's the case, hi, my name's Chris. And if you don't already know me, my name is still Chris. That it doesn't change just because. Anyway, okay, so typically what we do and what I get to do at Skills Canada Nova Scotia is I get to come into different schools across the province to see your students and teach them a little bit about skilled trades, about technologies, about the skills movement, and just kind of broadly about career exploration. Now, obviously this year, it looks a little different. With all the safety measures in place, we weren't entirely sure what to expect from the availability of coming into classes and talking to students, all that stuff. And so what we wanted to do is still create something that you guys could still use to be able to teach your students about these types of careers, how cool they can be, how rewarding they can be, and also how they can still kind of participate in what we offer at Skills Canada Nova Scotia. So there's this idea that got brought up that said, hey, how about we turn the presentation we typically do in classrooms into something a little bit more suited to an online medium. And this set, welcome to it, is kind of what we came up with. So we've created an entirely new presentation, but it's offered online. It's going to run in this type of format. There's 10 different videos which all kind of run together, but at the same time you can watch them separately. If you want to do them in chunks, watch 2, watch 3, watch the whole thing. It's completely up to you, but the entire purpose is to create a fun, light, but still educational experience for students to learn about these different types of careers, similar to what they would get to experience in the classroom, just, you know, without me actually being there. So it is going to be a ton of fun. I promise. The whole set came together really cool. I'm excited about the way they get to learn these things. And hopefully sometime in the future, I'll be able to also hop into a classroom, whether it's later in this year or it's next year or at some point, we can kind of continue the learning in that way too. But for now, this is the cool new experience that we want to offer your students. I promise it will be a ton of fun. I cannot wait for them to check it out. Have fun with it. And I think I ran out of words to say. So anyway, have a great day. I hope the conference is going great. I can't wait for your students to see this. I can't wait to see your students again sometimes. And bye.
So as you can tell, Chris has lots of energy and he's going to put all that he can into this little video series. I will say that I took my 9-year-old nephew in to the studio yesterday to dress up as an alien and film a little part. So he's going to add some interesting things in there to keep students' interest for sure. So now we'll talk about our Essential Skills program. So it will be similar to what we've offered before, except that we won't be in your classroom to facilitate it. We'll be doing our introduction to the 9 essential skills. But for this year, teachers can order an essential skills kit for their classroom. The kit will include videos, interactive games, and follow-up activities. So what we're going to do is send you everything that you need to facilitate the Essential Skills Challenge in your classroom without us being there. The kits will include different games that students can do in classrooms. We are waiting to hear a bit more about what the protocols in the classrooms are going to be like to see if we need to be offering games that students can do individually sitting at their desk, or if they will be able to get into teams of 4 or 5. But basically, whatever the situation is, we're going to come up with a series of activities that you can do in your classroom that have the students testing their essential skills. We'll give you all the information about what skills are used in each activity, and also give you follow-up activities to kind of show your students how, yes, you had fun doing these essential skills activities, but here's how the essential skills are actually used in real life and how you can identify your essential skills to be used on a resume or in an interview or something. So I'm going to show another video here. It's just a quick animation that we did up that introduces the 9 essential skills.
You can't talk about the 9 essential skills without first explaining the word essential. Essential means something that you need, like water to drink and air to breathe. So what do you think an essential skill might be? Making threes from behind the arc, walking on stilts, training an elephant to tap dance. While these skills may be useful in your future career, chances are they aren't essential. The 9 essential skills are the skills you'll use no matter where you work. Let's take a look. Numeracy, math, numbers. Yes, you really do use these in real life. Measure wood as a carpenter or figure out a budget. Writing, emails, texts, or old-timey letters. Being able to communicate through writing is important in any job. Thinking. What job doesn't make your brain work just a little bit harder? Whether it's problem solving or seeing things in a bigger picture, we are always thinking. Reading text. Writing is everywhere. You'll find words on a screen, in a book, or the back of a cereal box. Being able to understand what you read is a great skill no matter where you're working. Continuous learning. Things change all the time. An experienced automotive service technician today has different tasks than she did 20 years ago. Cruise control, heated seats, cars that literally plug in. Learning, it doesn't stop. Document use. A picture is worth 1,000 words, especially when it can show you what to do. From cookbooks to blueprints, documents are meant to make our jobs easier. Working together. Unless you're going to be a lighthouse keeper, you're likely going to have to work with somebody. It's important to work well with others because teamwork, it really does make the dream work. Communication. This goes both ways. Being able to communicate what you're thinking and feeling, and being able to listen and understand what others are saying. Digital skills. Computers, tablets, phones, technology is everywhere, and a basic understanding will take you far. Those are the 9 essential skills. Skills that employers are looking for, that you already have, but ones where there's always room to improve.
So that's a brief introduction to what the 9 essential skills are that we cover in our presentation. And now I'm going to show one of the videos that we produced in the spring. So what we'll be sending the classroom will be a little bit different than this, of course, because it'll depend on what the students can actually do, whether or not they can work closely together in small groups or not. I'll show you a quick video that we did starring my 2 nephews, actually. So I have a love for these videos. Whoops.
Hey, Ron, have you ever heard of the mints that make you think better?
No, I haven't.
They're called tactics.
Welcome to the weekly 9 Essential Skills Show, where we teach you skills that are essential to know, like numeracy, thinking, continuous learning, writing, digital technology, working with others, oral communication, reading, and document use. Each week, we'll give you a challenge, one we've delivered in classrooms across the province. It'll be fun, but we'll also put some of your essential skills to the test. So, you ready? Today's challenge is called Stack Attack. Here's what you'll need. Cups, string, elastic, and the hand talent to tie a few cuts of string to the elastic. How it works. In a team of at least 2, work together to stack the cups into a pyramid. The goal is to complete your structure in the shortest possible time. But there's a catch, of course. Your hands can only touch the string. Think of the cups as radioactive, or poisonous, or just like really high. Point is, you can't touch them. This is how you'll realize real quick, teamwork, it not only makes the dream work, it also makes the cup stacking machine work. If you're looking for more of a challenge or a way to switch it up, start with all the cups right side up to make it harder. You could change the type of structure you make. Maybe it's a 7-cup straight line into the sky. You could make it a team competition like kids versus adults. Or you could challenge yourself to get the fastest time possible. Rowan and Ethan finished theirs in 2 minutes and 44 seconds. Essential skills used. Oral communication, especially when the tower starts to get higher and less balanced. Working with others. And thinking. Use those tactics to discover the most efficient way to build your tower. So that's it. That's our challenge for the week. See you next time.
So those 9 weekly essential skills shows are currently on our YouTube site, but we will be hosting everything on our new website starting in September. And for the Essential Skills Challenge, we will be notifying all of our contacts when the kits are available. We're hoping in October. We're also hoping to offer the opportunity for a facilitator to join your classroom virtually through a Google Meetup to facilitate the challenge. But if that's not possible, we will have all of the information provided in the kits that we send out. Next, I'll talk about the Skilled Future series. So typically we do gather groups of students and go to an SCC campus or another learning institute to really immerse them in these different skilled trades and technologies. However, of course, we can't do that this year. So what we're doing is a video series that each video will be focused on a certain industry. So we're going to start off with energy, I believe, and then also do a technology one. Both of those will be released this fall. They're kind of going to be like a choose your own adventure exploring series. So you'll kind of have an intro video that you can watch, and then you can choose what you want to see from there. We're going to be going into different industries. So for the technology one, I know we're going to do a tour of Ubisoft. And for the energy sector videos, we're going to have Chris test driving the new Tesla as soon as it arrives in Nova Scotia, and visiting different partners within the energy sector to kind of talk to people who are working in those industries about what a day in the life of them working is actually like. We will have follow-up activities as well, some hands-on things that students can do to learn more about each of those sectors. So Skills Future's obviously going to look quite different this year, but I think that the way that they're filming these videos, they should be pretty exciting for students. They can, watch their intro video, make a choice of what they want to see next, but they can always come back and really get kind of a full immersion into those sectors. These activities that we're putting online, all of them can be done in the classroom, but they can also be done at home if the students have an interest and they want to explore more. Our website is always there, so they can always take the option to learn more about different skilled trades and technologies on our website. For disability services, as you saw, most of all of our videos will include closed captioning, and we're making sure that our website is fully accessible to everyone who has a disability. We're making sure that all of our videos are short and engaging and that they're using simple language, because we know that certain people aren't going to sit down and watch a full hour-long video, but when they're short and fun, hopefully we'll have more people wanting to watch them. And we're thinking about doing virtual workshops in 2021 as well. So things that we were doing before in classes, such as cake decorating and photography, we're hoping to get some of our mentors to join classrooms virtually and offer those same workshops. And this could be in classrooms, but also in learning centers, because we have a lot of contacts in learning centers and we've done a lot of programming with them in the past. Now, the big question is actually, we'll show one more video. So this is the skills chat with Small Cat, which just I wanted to include this in here because it is so fun and entertaining. And you can also see the closed captioning in here.
Hey, what's up? I'm Chris, and welcome to Skills Chat featuring Small Cat. A new day, a new career. So today, let's talk about 2D and 3D animators. Yeah, Small Cat, the artist who brought you your favorite movie, Aristocats, but also your least favorite movie, 101 Dalmatians. It's just so many dogs. It really gave them nightmares. That's cat for nightmares. The finished products we see from animators, they're pretty incredible. But there's a lot that happens in between. Stuff like developing the story behind the animation, modeling characters, planning the background scenes, deciding the arrangement of the models in the scene, playing with the placement of lighting in motion cameras, choreographing the interaction between objects, and of course, pitching potential projects to investors about a new billion-dollar feature film where Small Cat is the lead. He'll be famous. Now, some studios have teams for this, but regardless, it's a huge production to put together. Here's a few more tidbits of information that you might find interesting. According to a random website that popped up after a Google search on the World Wide Web with absolutely no verified credibility, the very first American-made animation film was Snow White in 1937, which cost $1.4 million to make. $1.4 million these days, after inflation, would have cost more. Toy Story was the first feature-length film fully created and modeled with the help of 3D technology, making its motto, "To infinity and beyond," light years ahead of its time. For more information on animation, make sure you do check out the programs at NSCC, because who knows, maybe next year you'll be the one winning a national medal, like Nova Scotia 2D animators Laura and Zoe. That's it for today. See you later. Yes, Small Cat, I know 101 Dalmatians upsets you.
No, small cat, I promise I won't bring it up again.
So these little chat videos that Chris did, they're really just to kind of introduce the trade or technology. And then if people want to learn more, we give them resources to learn more. Okay, so now the big one, the Nova Scotia Skills Competition. So this year we are planning for both virtual and in-person competitions. So just for those of you who don't know, the competition typically happens in April and May. So that's when it would happen in 2021. We are predicting that it will be happening mostly in May this year due to, we wanted to push it as late as we possibly could into the school year, just in case things start opening up a bit more. With our secondary competitions, we are planning to do as many as we can virtually. So when we're talking about secondary competitions, we're talking about ones such as public speaking, job interview skills, and we also have things like cooking and baking and, of course, carpentry, which could be a bit more of a challenge, but for the virtual competitions, all of our technology and job skills competitions, we will be able to offer virtually next year. We know we can do this because we are affiliated with a national organization, which means every province and territory has a skills office. And several of our offices did offer virtual competitions this past spring. So we've seen how they've done it. We've seen what went well, what didn't, and we are fully prepared to offer virtual competitions, especially for those job skills contest areas and the technology contest areas in 2021. For the in-person competitions, we're going to kind of see how the year goes. We are planning to have no large events for 2021, so every competition will be offered on its own in a site that allows us for physical distancing guidelines. So we'll make sure that everything is following the protocols that are out there at the time, that students have a lot of space that they can compete in, and that all the guidelines that are out there will be followed. If these aren't possible for 2021, we acknowledge that some competitions may have to be canceled, but for right now, we're planning as if they could happen, and we'll see what happens in 2021. So we won't have any school tours of these events. We are looking at ways to stream them. So if teachers want to show their students competing to their other students in the classroom, we will hopefully have ways that we can stream the actual competition into classrooms. At the very least, we'll be doing highlight videos of all the competitions that will be found on our website. And we're also looking into a virtual career showcase. So normally students get to come and tour the competition at one of our main sites. And we have all of our partners set up booths so that students can try hands-on activities and learn more about all the different industries that are out there in skilled trades and technologies. But of course, this year we won't be doing that. But there's a ton of software that's out there that allows for virtual career showcase options. So we're going to be looking into that for this upcoming year. And I think other people have been doing it with great success. So we're hoping to kind of follow the leads that have been set in other parts of the country.